Peace and Yah bless. This is Yeremia ben Israel, the servant of YHWH's the King, the Holy One of all the earth, the strong one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Today I want to discuss the holy law concerning the Sabbath day and all the law, statutes, and commandments and ordinances pertaining to the Yah's seventh day Sabbath. And I'm going to take you through some precepts to discuss, the do's and don'ts on the Sabbath day and how it should be observed. Okay, for it is a sign between Yah and the children of Israel through all our generations. And I want to start by dealing with the fourth commandment in Exodus chapter 20. All right, verse 8. It says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yah, thy Holy One. In it you shall not do any work." Okay, and that pertains to servile, okay, working a job or, doing household chores, okay, such as, cooking, cleaning, uh, and when I say clean, I'm not talking about small matters. I'm talking about actual work, like, cleaning the whole house and gardening or whatever the case may be, doing little fixing things around the house or whatever the case may be. You shall not do any work. Okay, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle. Okay, and I want to deal with that in a little bit. Okay, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yah blessed the Sabbath day, excuse me, and hallowed it. Okay? All right, so that's the foundation of this whole discussion, okay? All right, the seventh day Sabbath and how Yah commands us to hallow it. All right. All right. Excuse me. Now we're going to deal with, okay, where should we keep the Sabbath? And according to the law, statutes, and commandments, the Sabbath must be done in our homes. We are not to leave our houses for any reason. And for that, excuse me, I take you to Exodus chapter 16. And I want to specifically deal with 29 and 30. Okay, now those of you who privy to this situation, Yah set the Sabbath day before our forefathers in the wilderness. Okay, and he blessed us with the manna for 6 days, and he told our forefathers 6 days we can gather. Okay, and on the sixth day we were to gather twice as much bread. Okay, because on the seventh day there wasn't going to be any out there. All right, there wasn't going to be any manna, in the field for our forefathers to gather. Okay, and how does that pertain today? Is like, we're not allowed to cook. And we're going to deal with that in Exodus chapter 35 in a minute. But you prepare twice as much on the sixth day, okay, and then you can eat the leftovers, okay, on the Sabbath day, because we're not supposed to kindle any fire. We're not supposed to be cooking. Okay, and it's the same thing y'all were telling our forefathers. 6 days we've been gathering manna, or 6 days gather twice as much bread for 2 days. Okay, that way that they wouldn't have no reason to leave their dwelling, because we're not supposed to be leaving our dwelling. Okay, wherever you dwell on the seventh day Sabbath, that's where you stay. Okay, and as I made mention in Exodus chapter 20 when I was dealing with the fourth commandment, okay, for those of you who say we're supposed to uh, gather at a monument, at a high place, or a congregation gathering under a place of worship, which is uh, totally ludicrous, because dealing with high places and things like that is how we got into captivity. All right, but when I've specifically noted how it says thy cattle must rest, and according to the days of our forefathers, they used donkeys, camels, horses, okay, as a form of transportation. Okay, and if they hop on their camel or their horse or their donkey, and that donkey or whatever form of transportation they use out of the cattle, okay, transported them from one place to another, then that cattle was not at rest. All right, so that's why it's very important to understand what Yah's telling us. Everything that we do on the Sabbath day pertaining to the law, statutes, and commandments must be done in our dwelling place. No man can leave his house. All right, and it says here in verse 29 of Exodus chapter 16, it says, "See, for that Yah have given you the Sabbath, therefore he gives you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the seventh day." So the people rested on the seventh day. Okay, let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. Okay, and that's even up until today. Okay, so that's very key. All right, and another precept of that is Leviticus chapter 23. Okay, just a second. Verse 3. So I'm in Leviticus 23, verse 3. It says, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. And holy convocation you shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yah in all your dwellings. Okay, so wherever you dwell on the seventh day Sabbath is where you stay. It's a holy convocation. What does that mean? That means you dwell around the book. Okay, you focus on the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, you meditate, pray to Yah. Okay, now, in the land or wherever you are today, if you wanted to dwell with a neighbor, okay, if you want to have a holy convocation at a neighbor's house, then you can do that. But you must stay in your neighbor's house the whole day, okay? And y'all can have a holy convocation. Y'all can discuss the law, statutes, and commandments. Yah has blessed us, okay, with other ways of communication today. We have the internet, we have phone, okay, so we can have holy convocations, okay, in our dwelling places, all right. But Yah has set a way up for where we can communicate with one another, okay, without leaving our dwelling place, all right. So I want to focus on that, and just another ordinance. I want to take you back to Exodus, and I want to deal. Not 32. I want to deal with the 35th chapter. All right. So, Exodus 35, verse 3. And I'll just take it from the top. It says, "And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, These are the words which Yah have commanded that ye shall do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to Yah. Whosoever does any work therein shall be put to death." Okay, this is a law, statutes, and this is a law that, if broken in the land, is punishable by death. As you can see, those of you who privy to the book, what happened in the book of Numbers when the person took it upon himself to leave his dwelling to go gather sticks, all right, for a fire, all right. He says, "Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day." And this is the reason why he was going to gather sticks, because the fire that he was trying to keep kindled, okay, it was already kindled, and he was going to gather sticks to keep the fire burning. But you know, uh, that can't be done. You cannot leave your dwelling place for any reason. All right, for any reason, and that's why the people took him and stoned him. All right, because he broke an ordinance. All right, and how is that also privy to today? You don't cook. All right, no using no microwaves, no ovens. You shouldn't even have microwaves in your house. Okay, because of the radiation. It's very detrimental to the human body. All right. But kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. All right. That is the ordinance forever. Okay. And also pertaining to what the book says about our dwelling place, I'll take you to the book of commonly called Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. And I'll take you down to the 21st verse. Okay. The book of Jeremiah, commonly called Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 21. It says, Thus saith Yah, take heed to yourselves and bear no burden on the Sabbath day. And what does it mean by burden? No obligations, no duties, no responsibilities as far as, anything pertaining to work. It says, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem, neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the seventh day. Okay, no obligations, no responsibilities out of your houses. Okay, no going to the store. All right, no going out of your houses to gather sticks. Okay, as we see in the book of Numbers, which got that one man killed. All right, neither do any work, but hallow the Sabbath day as I commanded your fathers. All right, but as we can see here, but they obeyed not, neither inclined their ear, but they made their necks stiff, that they might not hear nor receive instruction. And that's the same thing that's going on today. Okay, when you have servants of the Most High, putting out this law, okay, as I'm doing right now, dealing with the Sabbath day. They don't want to hear it. They still want to leave their dwelling places. They still want to do, they want to work jobs. Okay, saying that the Sabbath day is not kept in captivity. Okay, and we're going to deal with that next. All right, as it says in when we go to Exodus chapter 31. But they don't want to do Yah's Sabbath day. They want to make excuses. They don't want to obey. They don't want to incline their ear. Okay, and they don't want to receive instruction. All right. But the Sabbath day is part of our culture. It's a sign between the children of Israel and Yah. Okay, we are supposed to take on our inheritance in the sight of the heathen. Okay, Yah is working through the children of Israel. Israel is his servant. Okay, and Israel leads. Okay, definitely have to lead by example. We have to show the rest of the world how it's done. Okay, there's no way that Yah gonna bring the light to the world through the children of Israel and we not keeping his laws. Okay, that's the whole reason for Yah raising us up. Okay, to be a light to the world. Okay, we don't just put away Yah's holy days. Okay, and y'all know they can't be done exactly how it's supposed to be done. All right, in captivity. Okay, and like I said, I want to deal with that too because most of that is concerning the priests. When people say that it's certain things that can't be done in captivity. Okay, like the sacrifices and things like that. But you must realize that the sacrifices is not for all people. It wasn't for the common people. It was for the priests, the Levites. They were the ones who performed sacrifices on the Sabbath day. Okay, putting the showbread on the table. Okay, doing the Sabbath day offering. Okay, the morning and the evening. Okay. All right, so that's for the priests. So that's no excuse not to observe Yah's holy day, the Sabbath day. All right, and I take you here. I'm in Exodus chapter 31, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, And Yah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak you also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath shall you keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations. Okay, it's a sign. Okay, taking on our inheritance in the sight of the people. Okay, being a light to the world. showing them the importance of Yah's Sabbath day. We don't just put it away because of our situation. We have to acknowledge it. We have to do everything that's required for us to do, okay? The things that may be done here in the land of our captivity. Okay, like I said, there's no temple, there's no putting on no sacrifices, and even so, even in saying that, like I said, that's only for the priests, that's not for all the people, all right? That ye may know that I am Yah, that do sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath day therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defiles it shall surely be put to death. And we're going to deal with that last, okay, about this whole defiling. It says, for whosoever does any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. All right. 6 days may work be done, but the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Yah. Whosoever does any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe it, all right, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. And I want to stress that word perpetual, because perpetual is everlasting. Okay, we always acknowledge our Sabbath day. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. And everything's before Yah. Okay, y'all knew we were going to be in captivity. Okay, he spoke that through Solomon. All right, in Solomon's supplication, which Yah accepted in 1 Kings chapter 8, 2 Chronicles chapter 6. Okay, wherever we are, when we scatter to the four corners of the earth, if we turn toward that house and pray, offer up our supplication, Yah was to hear us. Okay, and he will forgive us for our iniquities as long as we repent and turn away from our evil doing. Okay, so everything is before Yah. And Yah spoke this through Moses, knowing that it was going to come a time that Israel was going to be scattered to the four corners of the earth. He even spoke a little bit of that through Moses. In Deuteronomy chapter 32, when Moses tells our forefathers that we were going to, inherit the blessing, and then we were going to start to turn to idols and images, worshiping devils that our forefathers knew not. All right. And there was going to come a time where Yah was going to put the curses up under us, as you can see today with Israel. All right. So it's a sign between us and Yah forever. For in 6 days Yah made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. Or he just ceased from working. He ceased from creation. All right. All right. So with that, I take you to Isaiah chapter 58. And we're going to deal with the 13th verse. Okay, because we cannot defile Yah's Sabbath day by doing our own pleasures, doing unclean things, such as intercourse and, unclean thoughts, saying unclean things out of our mouths. It says, if you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight. Okay, call the Sabbath a delight. If the Sabbath day, okay, when it comes and you get distressed, like, oh man, it's the Sabbath day and I don't feel like, I can't do what I want to do, then you might as well not do it at all, because it's not going to be acceptable in the way of Yah, in the sight of Yah. Okay, you better off not doing it, because, like I said, if you have it in your heart, you don't have it in your heart to do Yah's laws. Like Yah says, we shall be perfect in His law, and that's not meaning that we don't sin, we don't commit transgression. It simply means that you have to have Yah's law in your heart wholeheartedly. You have to enjoy Yah's law, all right, and enjoy His Sabbath day. The holy of Yah honorable, and shall honor Him, not doing thy own ways, finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words. Okay, not speaking thy own words, not gossiping. Okay, not talking about anything that doesn't pertain to Yah, His prophecy, or His law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, no intercourse. Okay, no unclean acts, no unclean thoughts, no unclean words. All right. So that's just a quick study review on Yah's Sabbath day and how we should honor it. All right, call it a delight, and you'll go over these precepts and study them. And like I said, blessed be Yah. Okay, because I thank Yah for storing His wisdom into His servants, that we may observe His holy days and keep them holy and honor them in the sight of the heathen. So with that, all praise to Yah, the Holy One of Israel, the Strong One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yah bless. Peace.